Good afternoon, students. So, welcome back to our optical communication class. In today's class, we actually going to learn about it, what actually the use of it, and how it is going to work. All the details we are going to see. So, before proceeding with today's class, let's take a brief discussion of the previous class. What we have actually discussed. So, we have discussed about this introduction part. We cover it. Next part, we have talked about the what's the optical communication and what's the optical fiber part. We cover it. Next, we have discussed about this evaluation of it, evolution of optical fiber. This part also we have did. Next thing, the structure of it, the structure of optical fiber. This part of it we have seen. And next, today's class we are going to see these five points. One is working and principle of optical fiber, classification of optical fiber communication system, why it is emerging technology, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of optical fiber. Clear? So before proceeding with that, let's take a previous class, a quick overview what we discussed in the previous class. In the previous class, we talk about the fiber optic or optical fiber refers to a medium and technology which associate with transmission of information, right? How we are transmitting by considering the light impulses, right? These are our main concept. By considering these light impulses, we are going to we are going to get the transmission of our information. So here we are using three things we have discussed. One is this core, cladding, and plastic fiber, right? This particular part we covered already: core, cladding, and buffer coating. And how it is look like. This part also have shown you structure of optical fiber by considering the glass core, glass cladder, and the plastic covering, the upper layer of it. Next thing we talk about how it is consist of. So in this part I have already explained you what is this. It is nothing but like a dielectric medium which consists of 5 micrometer to 100 micrometer. This is the core, internal core. When we see this core part, this internal part of it, this core we are seeing. Okay, so this core is consists of what is the specification for it? It is having 5 micrometer to 100 micrometers. Likewise, we have seen talk about the cladder, right? Cladding also. In the cladding, what we have seen, it is a outer optical material surrounded by the core. So for this core, if you see in the core part, for the core and the covering, the middle part, that is what? Glass cladding. So in the glass cladding, it is the outer material surrounded the core to have the reflective index lower than the core. So this is also we have seen. Next thing is a plastic covering. So plastic covering, what is the specification of plastic covering? So here we have seen it's what 250 to 300 micrometer. So you know what is 1 micrometer is 10 power minus 6 meter, right? Next thing we are going to learn about total internal reflection. So what is the total internal reflection and how it is going to work? This particular part we are going to see now. So total internal reflection, how we are going to see? So based upon that, we are going to see the diagram of it. So first thing, if you see a ray diagram of total internal reflection, it's look like this. So this thing we already have covered, right? Water and air. One is denser medium, another is the rarer medium. So when we're passing a light from denser medium to the rarer medium, it is getting incident and it is getting refracted, right? So it is passing in this way. Then critical angle means at an angle of reflection is 90 degree, then it is called critical angle. So it is refracted. Angle of refraction should be 90 degree, then it is critical angle. What about total internal reflection? At an angle of incidence greater than the critical angle, it is coming back in the same medium. See here, it is not going to this medium, right? It is coming back in the same medium itself. So likewise, we are going to learn the definition first. What we are going to see? We are going to see its definition. So what is a total internal reflection? When a ray of light travels from a denser medium to a rarer medium, such that angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. So what angle of incidence is it? As you can see the diagram here, the angle of incidence, if you see this angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, then we can say that it is nothing but the total internal reflection. What is the specification for it? In optical fiber, the ray undergoes repeated total internal reflection until it emerges out of the other end of the fiber, even if the fiber is bent. So suppose that the fiber is bending also, but it keep on getting the reflected multiple times in the fiber, optical fiber. So this is nothing but the concept of optical fiber communication. Clear? So in the optical fiber communication, what actually we are going to see? We are going to see the passing of light. So as you can see here in the diagram, so I will just minimize somewhat. So here if you see in optical fiber, so as you can see here, see students, over here we are able to get, I will just show you both the ways, 2 pages way. So here you can see here students, so if you pass a light source, here total internal reflection is passing with the help of what, actually we are passing one blue light, as you can see here, another one we are passing one red light. So just to, in order to differentiate these two, I have passed with the two colors. So here I am passing two lights. Light one, see, one, it is touching the surface. It is getting reflected multiple time, right, inside the specimen. So this is concept is nothing but the total internal reflection. So whereas the classification of optical fiber based upon the light source, it has been classified into two parts. One is single mode fiber, another is multi-mode fiber. So single mode fiber means a single light. As you can see in the second diagram, this diagram, you can see here a single light is being passed and it is not getting reflected, not getting completely reflected inside the specimen. This is what single, only one light we are passing. This is what single mode fiber. What about multi-mode fiber? As you can see, we touch the surface of light, it getting reflected multiple times and it is keep on getting refracted inside the specimen. Clear? So this is the total internal reflection in the optical fiber when you are passing a single light or when you are passing a different lights. Clear? So based upon that, it is being classified into two parts. One is single mode, another is the multi-mode fiber. So now next thing, we are going to see how the single mode fiber is going to be work. Okay, so based on that, how we are going to get the single mode. What are the specification of single mode fiber? So first, single mode fiber, as you can see here, it's carrying the light pulses along single path. At a particular single path only, it take all the light sources and all the light pulses, as you already have seen in the previous diagram. And it is used in the laser light source. You see in laser lights, right? So laser lights are quite used in all that kind of field when you want a single light to be passed to the given specification specimen. Okay, so it also has very small core and carry only one beam of light. Only single beams there. It can support gigabytes of information. So GPS, the gigabyte per second data rate over greater than 100 kilometer without using repeaters. So here we don't use any kind of repeaters. It is useful in one beam of light, means single beam of light. So data rates can be up to 10 Gbps, 10 gigabytes per second with a bandwidth of 20 gigahertz. So till that much it is going to be useful and it's going to support that. Clear? So likewise we do have multi-mode fibers. So multi-mode fibers where it has to pass a multi-lights, right? As you have seen in the diagram, many pulses of light generated by LED travel at different angles. So as we have seen in the diagram itself, one is a single, another is a multi. So see here, in single what we have seen, a single light is passed. In multi, a single light touching and passing from the multiple surface, right? So this is what single and multi fibers difference of both. So this particular thing we have seen single mode and the multi mode fibers. So it is going to support a less bandwidth because it required multiple light, right? Multiple reflection inside a specimen. So for that reason, we say that it is used for less bandwidth, and when you compare to the single mode kind of fiber, it is using somewhat less. And data rates is used up to 1 Gbps, 1 gigabytes per second. It is going to be used. So they may ask you difference between a multi-mode and single mode. You can easily explain this. This is important question you will get. Difference between a single mode and multi-mode of optical fiber. Clear? We should explain this concept. So basically, single mode, it is low cost. Multi-mode, it is low cost because a source is there and detector is there. We are passing a light inside it, it's getting refracted multiple times, right? This is a multi-mode. It is used in the LEDs where single is what? Uses a lasers. So what is the specimen for this? 1310 plus nanometer. Here plus 850 nanometer. This much they can able to get into it. Likewise, it use plus 850 nanometer lasers here, 1 gigabytes plus WDWPDM, right? This is be the specification when it is come to the single mode. This is for the multi mode. So whereas the low cost connectors are being used here high cost connectors are used because it required high cost. Since cost is high, because to pass a single light from this specimen, it required source and detectors needs to be used, and it needs to have more kind of installation process. Because of that, it is used and it has a higher cost. Whereas here the lower installation cost is required because the light is there, it is getting refracted multiple times. So that's the reason it is going to be used. Less number of installation stages is required, whereas here required higher installation cost. Here higher fiber cost, whereas the fiber cost is less because only single light source we are using. Higher losses and lower bandwidth, here lower losses and high bandwidth. One, if you learn it, second you can write the vice versa for it. So basically where it is used in, where what kind of communication, so basically it is used in 2 kilometer, very less distance. So this is used in LAN, local area networks, AK, and even SAN and data centers and your company's operators like intranet, it is going to be used. Clear? Whereas this single mode it is used for 60 kilometer plus, means more than 60 kilometer is going to be used. It can be used for wide area network, multi-politan area network, and access and campuses, bigger campuses. If you want to connect from one end to the another end, this particular single mode is being used. So you should know about it. Where actually I said no, where actually we are going to use this. This is important. We should have to explain in details about it when they ask to explain our both the things. Clear? So while explaining, you need to note it down the running notes. It will be easy for you to watch the video and maintain the notes. That's enough for preparation as well as to understand that. So next concept, I am proceeding with the fiber optic cables. So basically where we are using this fiber optic cables and where actually you're going to see this. So fiber optic cables has been used in one or several glass fibers at its core. So when we see the core, cladder and the concepts of both the things. So basically fiber optic cables, as you can see the diagram. So first we had a particular wire. I have taken an example of it. When we see its outer jacket, it's look like this. Internal part, what we had Cavalier reinforcing material, means multiple outer shielding we do have. Then inside what we had, plastic shield is there. Again from inside we do have a glass fiber and cladding. So this is our actual internal part. Clear? If you see the connector of it, so connector would look like this. If you might have seen in kind of local area networks when they go for the kind of communication between the one end to the another end, when they want to transmit the information, the optical fiber mostly useful. So speed also you have seen 100 plus Mbps is there. Cost per node is most expensive. Media connectors are there. These are the specification students. So you can note it down that's how it look like in this format. So here cost per node is most expensive because it is going to use a wire light, multiple power point of it, and it's going to be used for multi-node as well as for single node. Similarly, multimedia mode, if you see that one, so maximum cable length can be used for 2000 meter. What about single mode? Single mode up to 3000 meter. Clear? This is the both, when we are seeing both the separation, we need to use. Single mode is what, nothing but like an example of laser. Multi-mode is nothing but example of LED generated light. So if you see the diagram of it, it look like in this way. First, inside part core, upper side cladder, then outer side. Your basic thing is what? Plastic covering or just to protect this particular part. So these are the where we call it as Kevlar strands. What is the use of this one? We are going to see when we understand that particular concepts. Okay. So this is protective outer layer sheath or jacket. This is to protect this two particular core and cladder. We are using this outer protective sheet. Clear? So now fiber optics, where actually it is being used. So fiber optic cables is being useful for cable maybe 1 to over 1000 fibers. For it can be used for single or multi fibers. It can be used, and the most important part what you need to understand is how it is going to be used physically, where actually you're going to see. If you see proper physical part, it will be easy for you to understand the subject. So this is what SC square connectors you might have seen when we go for the connection of the internet. This is what ST straight tip. This is also used to go for the connection of it. So these are what one of the example where the mechanical transfer register jack or media transmission recommended jack. This is a jack we had which is made up of our optical fibers. Clear? This is MTRJ. Normally we call it as MTRJ. This is LC. What is LC? Lucian connector, little connectors or local connectors. These are the examples of all the types of connectors whatever you are using. Similarly, next we do have a refraction. So basically students, I have explained you the ray diagram of refraction. So refraction is a change in direction of the light when it's go into a material of different density. Different density means, suppose you see, this is nothing but like a prism we are seeing. We are scattering the light. We pass one single white source light. It is getting into complete WebGyor, right? As you can see here, violet, indigo, green, yellow, orange, red. WebGyor completely. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. All this color has been passed. So refraction, what they are saying? Refraction is a change direction of light when it's going into material of different density. Different density means from rarer medium to denser medium to denser medium to rarer medium. So as I'm passing a light from rarer medium. Rarer medium means what? From air, I'm passing a light to the glass. Glass is nothing but denser medium. So when you pass a light, it has become incident light. So it is coming towards the normal. Instead of getting straight, it is getting deviated from its position because the medium has been changed. So this is a normal line. This is a principal axis. Incident light. Again, when it touches the surface, now it is denser medium. Again, coming back to the rarer medium. So when it's coming from denser to rarer medium, it is coming away from the normal. Clear? So you should know both the things. When light travel from rarer to denser medium, it's come towards the normal. When it's come from denser to rarer medium, it's come away from the normal. So this is just a light part we do have. Clear? So this is the light part we do have. Then next is how optical fibers are made, where actually we are going to see and how it is going to manufacture. There are three steps involved in manufacturing of it, of optical fiber, which are first making a preform glass cylinders. Glass cylinders we use first for so as to get the outer lower, right, to protect that one. Next we'll draw the fiber from the proformer. Whatever the proform we had used, we are going to use that. Then we are going to for the testing part. Next main important part, why actually this optical fiber are emerging in technology nowadays. Why we are using these optical fibers. So that's point, and how it is going to be used. That's point we are going to use, and I'm going to discuss about it in detail in your next class. So today what we discuss, students, today we talk about all the brief introduction, not a brief, we can say it's a detail only. So introduction of how we do manufacture it and the internal details of it we'll see next class. But whereas the optical fiber emerging technology and the optical fiber, the specifications, details of it, and even the concepts of your light in passing and total internal reflection and different connectors we have seen. These are different connectors, right? So we have seen these all different connectors as well. So these are all the concepts we talk about it in today's class. So that's it about today's class. In the next class, I will explain you in details about the emerging technology, why the optical fibers are being used as emerging technology, and how the optical fibers can be used for our connectors part. So these are the things I'm going to teach you in the next class. So before ending today's class, I hope everyone is maintaining the notes. If not, then you need to note down the notes. You need to maintain the notes. Till now we have covered till 7th point, right? Emerging technology, and this 8 to 13 point we are going to explain in the next class. Why it is emerging technology, advantages and disadvantages of optical fiber, and what are the companies actually it's being used, and why the vendors are there and how it is useful. And everything I'm going to teach you in the next class. Thank you.